Pressure to lead, pressure to provide, pressure to stay strong, even when everything inside is breaking. This is Man Talk. Real conversations from a man's perspective. No masks, no ego, just truth, growth, and the courage to face what we've been taught to hide. If you're ready to elevate your mind, your relationships, your purpose, pull up a chair. Fellas, it's time to talk.
Hi everyone, I'm Charles D'Amour. Catch me on the Cammie Grayson Show for Men Talk tomorrow at 6 p.m. See you then.
Well. Welcome to the very first episode of Men Talk. And Absolutely. Look who I have here. We have Charles D'Amour.
Hello, everyone. Good
Charles
to see
D'Amour.
you.
Do y'all like that?
Charles of Love. Charles
D'Amour.
I am love. Everything I do is for love. Mr. Love. Dr. Love.
Dr. Love is in the house.
AKA Maximilian, the medicine man.
There you go.
If you're sick, I got a healing for you.
Okay, Charles, welcome
Thank
to the
you
show.
So much. Thank you, Cammie. Appreciate you having me here.
I'm so happy that you are our very first guest because you have a lot of energy. Guys. He has a lot of energy.
And I'm trying to be calm. This is me natural. God bless me. God bless me with a lot of energy. I could run off pretty much 4 hours of sleep and go pretty strong all those other hours. So
wow.
20 hours of strength and 4 hours of rest. I'm okay.
Okay.
That's the way God built me.
All right.
And I really don't use coffee too much.
Really?
But I eat a lot of jalapeno peppers. A lot of peppers, a lot of cayenne, a lot of turmeric, a lot of ginger. I drink the detox teas. I'm drinking carrot juice and vegetable juice and eating, fresh soups and vegetables.
So that keeps you going.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so guys, welcome to Men Talk. This is our very first episode, like I mentioned before. And guys, this is a way of getting our men, we do girl talk and everybody was complaining. Oh, y'all care about girls. Okay. Now we have Men Talk. Absolutely. And so basically we want to learn about you men, what you go through, what you feel, and how do you feel? I know most of the guys that we selected are pretty much successful doing their own thing. And we want you to share it with the world. So tell people who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, on Facebook, I'm Maximilian is one of my aliases. I've been Charles D'Amour since 2011. Sitting on a boat with my dad, and I said, Dad, I need a rock star name because I'm a singer. I'm an opera singer. Oh, wow. I play all the instruments of the symphony orchestra. I play an extra over 100 different musical instruments from all around the world, from Europe, Africa, Asia, China, Australia, didgeridoos, harps, violins, clarinets, silver flute is my main instrument. Mm-hmm. And I've been practicing opera for about 10, 15 years now, at least.
Opera.
So I do that. I can do, Harry Belafonte, Frank Sinatra, you name it, Nat King Cole.
There you go.
Wise men say,
oh my goodness, yeah.
Only fools rush in.
I love it.
But I can't help falling in love with you.
Love it.
Yeah. So Charles D'Amour has been my persona for many, many years now, since 2011. Mm-hmm. And I decided to become AKA Maximilian, business consultant. Skylark Communications LLC is a company of mine where I coach folks on how to be their own personal best. I took a couple semesters at Regent University.
Okay.
Transformational leadership coaching. I got certified with that. So I'm really here to help people manifest their greatest life. As a man, I call myself a spiritual leader. Okay. Different churches and religious organizations, the Buddhist church, mm-hmm. the Hindu church, the Sikh churches, the Christian churches, they call on me to come and sing and play my music for their spiritual sacred ceremonies.
Nice.
And especially the Buddhist temple, they have me every year since 2011 doing their big sacred ceremonies. They're in their garb and they're playing my flute, or I'll do a public but separate full concert for them, mm-hmm. to get people into meditation.
Well, let me ask you this. You got so much going. What do you do for Charles? What is your
That's
your
a good thing. Music is my first love.
Okay.
When I get off of work or on the weekends, I like to ride the motorcycle in the mountains or just cruise around, maybe go to a winery or a nice restaurant, or go someplace to a public, like a national park, and go hiking in the woods, maybe to a waterfall, hike in the woods and, wrestle with some bears and some copperheads and rattlesnakes, and they jump in the water and, wrestle some alligator gars, But I'd like to meditate.
Okay.
Something that I do love is eating in lots of restaurants. I'm a gourmet chef.
Okay.
I can cook any item from any menu from any restaurant. I guarantee it'll be the best you ever had.
Wow.
My grandmother got #1 best Mexican cook in the whole USA in 81, I think it was. She had a gourmet restaurant downtown Houston, #1 Mexican restaurant in Houston, Texas for over 30 years.
Wow.
And so I was like her prodigy. So I'm kind of like I'm like the Tiger Woods or the Michael Jordan of cooking. So anything you want to cook in the whole grocery store, you bring me the food, I'm gonna make it the best dinner you ever had.
That's
I guarantee
amazing.
you. That's my gift.
Oh my gosh.
I love
have
cooking.
A question here.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
how do you feel about the meaning and purpose of life in relationships?
That is a question. What is the meaning and the purpose of life in relationships? That is a question that the great philosophers have been dealing with for thousands of years, from Plato to Socrates to Aristotle, the Greeks and the Romans, and Jesus himself and Buddha and Muhammad and all the great spiritual leaders. I think that the universal consciousness that most people like to call God has sent many different prophets through the last 10, 15,000 years that we have recorded religion. Basically it's around 10,000 years or more. The Australians believe that Balame sang creation through the didgeridoo. That was 50,000 years ago.
Wow.
So the Australians had their own religion as long as 50,000 years ago, but they were mostly cave painting type religion, but when we got to the Hindu religion, they were starting to write stuff down. The Hindus, then the Jews and the Christians, and then we had the Buddhists and the Muslims and the Hindu, so that all came later. But we as humans, we don't really know where we're from or where we're going, but we do know that we're all here collectively, all the races and religions and political persuasions and colors of the rainbow, all these beautiful people and all types of preferences of, light and dark, hot and cold, spicy and sweet, everybody wants something different. But the purpose, in my greatest opinion, is to be of service to others. The purpose of service to others. Relationship, if the relationship is not making me a better person and it's just draining me, then that's like a vampire relationship. And that person really shouldn't be welcome in your life if they're just draining you all the time, financially or emotionally. But if they're living in their purpose to bless you and amplify who you are as a person, and then you use your purpose to bless and amplify that your partner as a person, then our relationship becomes something like a world championship team where we can win in life.
Nice. You're a wealth of knowledge. You're just like a encyclopedia on legs,
ma'am.
And so I'm so proud of all the things that you have accomplished.
Thank you.
From looking at your extended resume, bio, and then after all that, you make salsa. I have
the salsa, Galaxy Gourmet
Let's talk about
Foods,
that.
GalaxyGourmetFoods.com. My grandmother, Bertha G. Robinson, Garza is the middle name, from Spain. My grandpa Garza from Spain, beautiful, handsome. I mean, he looked like a war general, Even my father was Air Force pilot during Vietnam, but he never had to see battle because he was carrying a different kind of bomb.
Okay.
Not TNT. He was carrying the kind of bomb that everybody gonna die on Earth. But so he never actually saw battle. But he decided to get out a little early because he didn't want to be the guy to drop a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
And so I'm proud of my dad for that. He didn't want to be the guy to go down history. He didn't want to do that. So he flew people for the rest of his life, and then he flew packages. He was with Federal Express. A little bit too much information about my daddy. Sorry, Daddy.
That's good.
But he was trained, in the military to be very private. So most of what I know about my dad, it came from my mom. But that being said, I'm very proud of my father. He's in perfect health. You wouldn't think at his age, you wouldn't even know. You'd think he's 20 years younger than he is because he eats well. He eats his blueberry shakes and all this stuff.
Of him when I went to eat. I remember that. So, that's so cool. Nice.
But the salsa, my grandmother came to me a few years before she passed away and said, Carlitos, which was my name as a child. Carlitos, little Carlos. She said, Carlitos, of all my grandsons, will you carry on the tradition of the restaurant and everything? I said, yes, abuelita. And she literally asked me on her knees, but she was only like about 4.5 feet tall, maybe 5 feet tall, little Spanish lady, you know, flamenco dancer, singer. So I got my music from my grandmother. Yeah. Because she was literally 5 feet tall and would play an accordion about 3 feet.
Oh, long. Wow. I can only imagine.
And sing to over 300-400 people in the restaurant every Friday.
Nice.
So on a Friday, we would serve 300, 400, 500 people between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. And she would come out in her dress and sing. And she said, Carlitos, please carry on the family tradition. Will you do it? I said, yes. So in 1998, I started that company. And I got Kroger. I got Farm Fresh. I was married. The marriage didn't work out. The company closed just before the marriage expired, which was a good thing. And now here in 2026, I'm back stronger than ever, working hard to get some big accounts and spread my love through the salsa, because that is salsa that's healthy. And when you eat it, it will make you happy, guaranteed.
Oh my God.
HeavenlyHeatSalsa.com, the world's greatest salsa.
So now where can people find the salsa?
It's actually not on shelves right now. I'm going after a big contract. So I put all my money and time and energy just into that one contract. Once I secure that contract and start getting orders, then I'm going to go back after Harris Teeter, Kroger, and all the grocery stores locally. But pray for me. It's actually a big military contract that I've got positive results happening now. A lot of paperwork to go, but all of the ingredients are fresh, garden fresh ingredients, super all natural, no preservatives, extremely healthy. When you eat it, it causes an endorphin rush, causes endorphins and dopamines to fire off, which reduces and relieves depression.
Nice.
That it actually, if you Google "are peppers a cure for depression?" it will say yes. Eating hot peppers is a somewhat of a cure for depression, because it fills the body with all this hot energy, which is what you're experiencing coming off my body right now. All this heat and fire, energy, the fire and the passion.
Oh, right.
And who I am, I can't hide it no longer. I'm about to blow up in flames. You know what I'm saying? But
well, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back after these messages.
Eat more salsa. Love you. What you could
all right, if you just tuned in, you haven't tuned in too late. You tuned into the Cammie Grayson Show, and this is our very first episode of Men Talk. And then we have Charles D'Amour. Here is our first gift.
Love you guys.
And so Charles, this is the time where we pretty much ask the question, Men Talk question of the day.
Absolutely.
Let's look at it.
Let's take a look.
It's coming.
It's time for our Men Talk question of the day. What's one habit you know would improve your life? For me, that would be waking up earlier every day.
Did you get that? No. One habit that you know that can improve your life.
One habit that I know for sure, guaranteed, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the one thing you could do to improve your life, probably the number one thing you could probably do to improve your life, is to be quiet and meditate in total silence, at least 5 minutes a day. If you can go 10 minutes, do 10 minutes. If you do an hour, do an hour. Honestly, true story, in ninth grade, between ninth grade and 12th grade, I went to Cox High School. I meditated for 1 hour every morning before school, and I meditated in silence 1 hour every night before bedtime. I made almost all straight A's and B's for 4 years of high school. I almost made the valedictorian. I was 10th in my class at Christmas of my senior year, but my sweetheart got cancer. With 2 weeks to live. She was only 17. I had just turned 18. We've been together for a couple years. I was in love. I was going to marry her. So I poured all my time into reading and memorizing the New Testament of the Holy Bible. I literally memorized the whole New Testament word for word almost, and prayed with all my heart and prayed for a sign that she would be healed. A shooting star came out the sky, and a year later she was perfectly healed. She only had 2 weeks to live. They gave her 2 weeks to live after the diagnosis.
That's amazing.
And I pretty much gave my life to God in a big way like that, and to Jesus himself. I'm not too sure about the Christian religion and about the money mongering in religion, because they try to teach that if you don't give your money, your 10%, or get baptized a certain kind of way, you're going to experience fire for 1,000,000 years. And I just want to say this on camera for the whole world to hear it. And I mean this with my heart. The real Jesus is not going to be throwing women and children into a lake of fire for all eternity. Innocent women and children, just because they have a different religion. The real Jesus said, let the children come unto me. Oh, and then I'm going to throw them into fire. No, that's not my Jesus. And that's pretty talk. That's man talk, because so many people are affected and swayed and influenced by their religion, all religions. You know what I'm saying? And some religions tell people that who they are, they're going to go into a fiery, watery situation, whether it be gays or lesbians or transvestites or people that use drugs or people that commit suicide or people that lie or cheat or steal. God is a forgiving God. The universal consciousness of the universe, man talk, real man talk, we're only human.
Absolutely.
We're only human, and we're all going to make mistakes. And I don't think that the infinite intelligence of the whole universe created billions of people just to throw them into from the heavenly world into the material world, because every captain has to know a destination. If you're the captain of a ship or a plane or driving your car to work, you got to have a GPS. If you don't know where you're going and the wind blows, you might get blown way off course over here because you don't know where you're going. I'm just going with the waves. So to be success, words of wisdom, follow your heart, be true to yourself. Don't try, and this is straight man talk advice. Don't think you got to make everybody happy. You don't have to please your parents. You don't have to even please your partner or your children. If there's something in your heart you want to do, say you want to go skydiving. Your whole family's like, no, you're going to die if you go skydiving. No, everybody going to die at some point. Might as well go skydiving. If you die skydiving, you did something that you chose to do. Or ride a motorcycle. Everybody, no, you can't ride a motorcycle. If you want to ride a motorcycle, you're going to die of something. I mean, a mosquito could bite me right now and catch the virus, and I'd be dead in 24 hours from a mosquito bite walking out the door. So release your fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. We're afraid of things we can't see or taste or touch or smell. That's a ghost in the room. Release your fear. Trust that God put you on this planet for a reason. You are born for a reason. Your life matters. You count. If you're thinking about hurting yourself, like suicide or anything like that, please call 811 or call a friend. Call somebody you love, because I've been at that place. I'm very talented. And sometimes I ask God, why aren't I a certain way or in a certain position or living in a certain house or driving a certain car or whatever? And I have to trust for you as well that God has a perfect timing for your life. And we all, especially a man talk and a spiritual leader like myself, I've had to be tested, tried and true. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. Right?
I love it.
With thanksgiving, I'll be your living sanctuary for you.
I love it.
That's my testimony to the world.
Yeah.
I am here to love on you. If you're sad and you need a hug, call me in the spirit. Pray to God, to Jesus, to Buddha, Muhammad, whoever your God of your understanding is. And that's what they teach, in the different classes. Pray to the God of your understanding, because the one true God of all the universe is probably the same God of all the great prophets of all the world religions. Because there's not really too much new in the universe. And we've been doing the same things for thousands of years. War, peace, repeat, war, peace, repeat, So my goal as a spiritual leader would be to inspire people through my food, my music, my books, my landscape and design, my singing, to forgive yourself. That is the second most important thing. Meditate, visualize your dream, and then forgive yourself, because we're only human. We're only human. I'm only human. You're only human. We're all going to make mistakes. So if you're struggling with guilt or shame or some kind of emotions like that, hey, baby, brother, sister, you're only human. God loves you. It's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to fall down. I've been bankrupt a dozen times. I've been divorced 2 times. I've been to jail behind lies, and let's put it out there.
You're right.
You see what I'm saying? And I had to suffer that. But it was also a blessing because I got to see all these different environments and worlds. And when I was in jail, I got to deal with the brothers that are literally from the hood, from the government created ghettos, from the Section 8, where I used to pick up one of my employees every day for almost 2 years over by Lincoln Street, by the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial in downtown Norfolk. And brothers were getting shot down in front of his house every 2 or 3 days. Somebody in his neighborhood was being killed.
Yeah.
And there was just like, he would every 2 or 3 days he would get into trouble. Judy got shot last night. Somebody else got shot last night. It was either over drugs, gang related turf war on the who can stand on this corner, or over a woman. Sometimes you messing with my woman, so they're gonna kill his best friend over his woman, and it might have been not even true. It might have been a gossip.
Yeah,
might have got killed. Hey, I saw George with your girlfriend. George wasn't with your girlfriend. That was just somebody trying to cause some stuff. Man, George got killed behind some lies and rumors. So critical thinking, objective thinking.
Right.
My suffering was not in vain because it's made me who I am. I forgive the people that lie about me or have hurt me, stolen money from me, try to steal my spirit, my emotion. The devil been trying to kill me since I was born. When I was 4 months old, I was cut completely in half. At 4 months old and 5 months, I was projectile vomit, had knots in my intestines. I was vomiting 6-8 feet across the room. And the doctor had to cut me up and take all my intestines out of my body, put them back in at 4 months old and 5 months old. The doctor told my mother that if she hadn't brought me there within 3 days, I'd been dead on the second one. So your life matters. You have a purpose, and I love you, and God loves you.
Absolutely. Well, let's tell people how to get in contact with you.
You can call me at 757-737-LOVE, 757-737-5683. CharlesDeAmore@gmail.com is my email. CharlesMS1.com is one of my websites. You can also find me at heavenlyheatsalsa.com or galaxygourmetfoods.com. And I'm here. My company, Skylark Communications, is a business consultant, personal health and wealth consulting. I've been studying nutrition since I was 16 years old. I read the whole nutrition almanac when I was 15 years old.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm an herbalist. I've been studying herbal healing for over 40 years and using it on myself. I'll be 55 this year. I don't know what you think my age is, but I will be 55 October 10th. That's my birthday. Send me some love. I'm going to be sending you love every day.
Right. Well, Charles, thank you so much.
Thank you,
for
Kevin.
being a guest.
Appreciate you.
How do you feel right now?
I feel like $1 million. This is a testimony. Everybody needs their 15 minutes on a microphone, but I'm a real rock star. I've given over 1,500 concerts in front of 1,500 different audiences. I've given over 400 nursing home concerts for the old folks in wheelchairs. That was a ministry. Most of those were free. So I'm an ordained minister in 1998. That's when all my trouble started. As soon as I got ordained, that's when God had to, that's when the hammer started. We're going to test you now. You want to be a spiritual leader? We're going to test your behind parts. You're going to smell some fire behind your butt. But I'm very blessed and I'm grateful. I feel like $1 million and I'm here to serve. And if you need me, call me. I'm here to help.
All right. Love it. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, everybody.
And tune in
Love
for
you.
our next one right here, SKST Radio, powered by Beats by Bro and Street Grind Entertainment. Bye for now.
Charles
As we
Deamore.
close today's Men Talk, thank you for tuning into SKS Radio and SGE Radio. We truly appreciate your time and support. If today's conversation encouraged or inspired you, don't keep it to yourself. Please like,